So welcome to this training. This is a live training, so I'm going to just go over live on this feed, basically take you through the full rigmarole of what goes into producing 30 pieces of high converting, high actionable, high quality video pieces of content that are going to move the needle, bring you more customers, followers, you name it, into your pipeline. We're going to give away the whole secret, how this works and everything. So follow along, and we're going to dive into it now. And to start off, let's kind of go over what all is going to be in this. So, the winning strategy for this really starts with optimizing your profile. So for those of you that want to know of a complete training on how to optimize your profiles, I have Facebook, Instagram, that kind of follow similar things. If you send me a DM with socials, I will send over training to you right away that will show you how to do all of this. We're going to briefly touch on this here. So if we go in a little bit closer here on this for the optimization, for example, on Instagram, we want to have a few things. First, we want to have a great profile picture, right? So why is this is our first impression. This should somehow show what it is we do and add value in some way. So when people see that on me, they go, okay, this guy's legit. That's a big camera he's got. Cool. This guy looks like he does what he does, right? Next, I would say would be the description here, the bio. So in your bio, it needs to be actionable and speak to your demographic, right? So if you're targeting online businesses, coaches, consultants, and speakers, it needs to say, I help coaches, consultants, speakers do XYZ. Click below, utilize your link. I have a link tree for mine, but make sure you're utilizing the link as well. I do Linktree. That's what I recommend. It's something very common. You can have multiple links on there to everything, whether you're doing affiliate programs, to your multiple sites and businesses, you name it. You can bring it in here and kind of house it under this personal brand that you create. And you'll see that what I've done here is I've actually created a personal branded account. So some of you might want to do this on your business accounts. I do this on my personal brand account because I understand that people do business with other people more than they do businesses. And some of you might argue with me on that, but really that's kind of the key thing. I want people to know, like, and trust me rather than my entity, my business, which is Life on a Lens Media. Right? They are an extension of me. That is an extension identity of me, right? So we need to make sure we're kind of making this personal approach, and that's what I'm doing on this. Next, you can see we have a pinned post. We have to have multiple. So I've got a pinned post here and a pinned post here. This is for an affiliate program, which we're going to be going into later on for, how I generate my captions with AI. And that's very fruitful for me, brings me in a extra nice little side income and pays essentially for that software plus a little bit extra to play with. This other post here, this is from this kind of is a brief commercial. It did really well for a branded video method. This commercial is able to make us about 95 leads in a matter of 30 days. Really effective campaign. So we kept that as a pin post, and we have my brand story video. That's really, above all else, what I think all online businesses really need is some kind of brand story, something that tells who they are. So if we look at it kind of in here, let me go ahead and clear this out. Basically what we're doing is looking at it from 3 levels, right? So here in the center, in the bullseye, we have the why. Then here on the outskirts, we have the how. And then finally, the last little bit here, we'll make that green. So, well, maybe make that green, maybe. Let's get rid of that first off. Okay, we'll make that green now. Cool. There's that and that. This last bit here, which is green. Get that blue back in there. Yeah, is finally the what we do. But we wanted to start here from the why and move outwards, right? If we look at it as a 3D model like this, we have the why here at the top, the how next, and then the what. And that's how we structure our brand stories. Really, we want to include in this little pinned post that we've overcome pitfalls, how we've overcome and came to where we are now, our story, something that's going to get someone to like us for who we are and why we do what we do, how we do what we do, and then finally what we do in general, right? And what we do with this and what our goal with this is essentially, if I can grab, let me see, expand out here. We're basically going to have customers slowly migrate into being nurtured by the content that we're going to produce in this training. And then ultimately, they're going to reach out to you instead of you having to do outreach to them as much. And if that sounds far-fetched, bear with me. You'll experience this here shortly. But finally, that leads over to a sales conversation where basically, they tell you their problems, you offer solutions, and then you can close them on your services by bridging their gap. And what I mean by that is, if you have the current here and the future they want, let's go ahead and do this. Let's just put future here. What we really want to do is give them the ability to bridge that gap. So this is what we do right here, is help them go from here to here, right? That's what we're really setting up. And that's what all of our content should also speak to. Now, where does this fit? How does this kind of work? If we look at it from a larger view, our content here is basically over here on the side that most people struggle with. Most businesses generally, I'll make it green for this, this side of the equation over here, they have down. They can do sales. They've got that covered. They can do fulfillment. They can do upsells and referrals, right? They get those. They're getting those. They're getting word of mouth. But what they aren't getting is over here on this left side. On this left side, go back, make this red, because on this left side, this is where basically the struggle happens right here, right? And this content fits into really two different sections. It fits into the awareness side as well as the lead nurturing side. So it can be basically what brings people in and gets them aware, as well as what nurtures them once you're connected, right? It's basically like having an AI clone of yourself doing sales 24/7, which we do also have in our system, but in this fashion, it's much more personal. You want to create content that speaks to the audience out there at large watching. If it doesn't deliver value in some ways, it's probably not worth making, to be perfectly honest. It has to have entertainment, education, or inspirational value. One of those three things. And we'll get into that in a moment. We're going to the script writing side of things. But these pieces of content, they can bring people in, they can bring general awareness into offers, problems, solutions, you name it, to you as a whole to uncover who you are. That leads to them raising their hand going, ooh, I want your stuff. I like your stuff. Then this content, again, along with automations, can nurture them basically into the next steps, which leads them and bridges this gap. So this, if we look at it, this right here, this from the awareness from this side to this side, that is their that is your client's, that's our client's big pain generally, right? So what most businesses are trying to fix. And to bridge this gap, content is the perfect mechanism. It's organic, it feels, and if it's designed right, it can feel so real and nice and value packed. And that's what we want to do. We want to deliver value. That's how we nurture these people. We want to give them so much value. We basically want to take value and give it to a sea of prospects, right? And what happens is they take this in and they ultimately reach out to us. They're watching, and maybe some of you are going, well, why would I give away all my secrets? Give away all your secrets and sell the implementation. Give away all your secrets through your content, your trainings. We're going to go into how to make these here today. But above all else, that's the cornerstone of this system. Above anything else is we need to be able to get people through past this gap right here. If we can get that gap closed, that takes care of 90% of businesses' problems right away. Hopefully that makes sense. So that being said, let's look into how to make content, trainings, you name it, that are valuable. And how we do this is really simple. First, we research. So we put on our detective cap. It's a magnifying glass, if you're curious, not a lollipop or some kind of weird space invader. We first research our people. We find out what keeps them up at night. We find out what their problems, how we can bridge their gaps. What are their gaps they typically have, and we write and describe, and we write and come up with ideas based on that. Now we brainstorm this in something called ChatGPT. If you aren't familiar with ChatGPT, this is an artificial intelligence that takes your commands, prompts, and turns them into whatever you design it to be. Now, can it make a whole video for you? Not yet. It's getting there. Can it make you a month's worth of content? No. Can it scrape a bunch of websites? No. I've tried. But it can do a lot of really interesting stuff, and that's what we're going to really dive into here. So once we have an idea of what our defined audience's goals and what's keeping them up at night is, we then want to give those as prompts or feed the AI some kind of referential, these are the pains of my people right here, to make scripts and tell it to make scripts based on certain formats to help the audience achieve those goals, and then guide them to the next step so we can bridge our gap as well. How all of us bridge our gaps is really just being clear and giving clear instructions. Without clarity, none of this stuff really matters, and that's what a lot of people are missing. Finally, we make content with those scripts, and that leads down here to we put those pieces of content out and we post them with proper descriptions, keyword-rich descriptions. They go out to audience 24/7. From there, essentially, we find out what works. So, for example, if we made a whole mess of content and we're finding out that while we originally suspected that content about your weekly market updates, if you're a financial advisor, were going to be something that were going to be really beneficial. But we're finding out actually the other side, client success stories, are doing much better. We're going to want to focus on more of the client success stories. We're going to do more of what works. And then, of course, we adjust to our audience's needs, goals, and then we restart for the next time we make content. Hopefully this makes sense. We basically evaluate what works and then do more of it after. And we base all this content off our audience's goals and their dreams and what's keeping up at night. We make scripts to help them achieve those goals. It gives them value and education and inspiration or entertainment. We make those content scripts. We put them out 24/7. We find out what works. And again, we adjust and we do this big cycle. That's essentially it in a nutshell. So all that being said, let's go ahead and have a look in ChatGPT. I've already pre-programmed my ChatGPT to do what we need to do. So what I've done here, and I'll go through everything on what I did. I essentially first enabled, this is the paid ChatGPT. It's about $20 a month. This is what I use a lot. It's great. I don't use Jasper. I don't use any of the other AIs that write scripts. I've never found them do quite as good of a job as me manually controlling things. And the best part is when we do this, we're going to program this AI to basically have the mind of, either somebody that our designated client base finds hugely influential and hugely popular, someone we find hugely influential and popular, as well as educated on good steps and good procedures for writing content scripts. How we do this is using ChatGPT's plugins. So in this one, I've got the Vox plugin, I've got the Document Reader plugin, I've got the Make a Sheet plugin, but I've not been impressed with that at all. So just warning all of you, not impressed with the Make a Sheet plugin so far. And what I did first was I went and got Alex Hormozi's YouTube channel, told it to familiar itself with it. And it did. It took the top 10 biggest performing, some of his biggest performing videos and analyzed them, gave a description, and then found out what he was doing right. Finally, I asked it to give takeaways. Then I programmed all of these books in it. So I put Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers, $100 million leads, microscript rules, you name it. I placed it into this so it has one, great content to pull from to come up with ideas for me, but also good guidelines to follow and pull from for its own writing process. And you got to go back and forth with, as you can see, it's a very long thread training ChatGPT to get it to this point. I don't actually have any more spots left on this GPT-4 for now. We've got a little bit of time here shortly before it comes up again, before I can use it again, but no worries. I've already actually prompted it to create scripts. So what I tell it to do And the final process, and there's a whole training on this, by the way, if you want a full training on how to train this ChatGPT, what the process looks like real time, everything, just DM me scripts and I'll send you a full training that tells you how to train your ChatGPT to do these results other than this quick walkthrough like we're doing here on this live, right? So that being said, you can see what we've done here basically is we've programmed the chat, we've taught the ChatGPT to provide everything we need for our posts. So to one, do a script, right? And then do a YouTube description, a YouTube Shorts description, an Instagram description, and a TikTok description. And what I do is, after I have it make these, so for example, this script right here is not where I want it to be. It does not have the necessary things in it. I'll show you one that does. So if we go to here, we see we have a strong hook. What if we could change? What if you change the world in just 6 words? So there you go. That's a great strong hook, and we have strong hook templates in here. And if you want those, when you get the if you send me in a DM or whatever, or comment below that says scripts, when I send you that training, we do have those hook templates for viral hooks. So these are the most important things in this whole operation. You got to start with a strong hook, something that talks and speaks to your audience's pain and their interests, that reels them in. You deliver that piece of value, and then you have to have a call to action, a solid call to action. What's the next steps? Is it just getting a like? Is it DM me whatever to get whatever? You know, I use that one a lot, and there's a lot of automations you can set up with that too to automate that process. For those of you starting off on this, you will be doing this manually, and that's totally okay. So, you know, what if we could just change the world to 6 words? Imagine crafting this so powerful it resonates. So you see it has a strong hook here. And then it delivers a solution with a micro script, tells what it is. And then finally, this is want to master the art of concise, impactful communication to create your own world-changing microscripts. Scripts below for free training how to write a month's worth of content in under an hour. Great. So there you go. And YouTube description, master the power of microscripts. That's great. And change the world in 6 words. So we want to make the description. I tell ChatGPT to make the description so that it basically mocks this script and just rewrites it slightly, has the same hook at the top, and then has 5, general hashtags, as well as 5 niche hashtags surrounding what it is being talked about on both platforms, right? Once I get that, I copy and paste these out, which I was hoping the Sheets plugin would be able to do and just transfer the stuff up over seamlessly. It doesn't do a good job, unfortunately. So I have to manually copy and paste over to here into a spreadsheet. So now we have it in. Next, what happens in our little process here? So we've basically, let's say we've gone through and we've replicated this 10 times, right? Or we've replicated this 30 times if we want. If I suggest you guys at least produce 1 piece of content every day, so I would say 15. I do 30 generally, and then I also have supporting content as well that is an automated AI-based system that generates these posts you're seeing with offers, with fun facts and quotes and stuff like that also come through my channel and populate my feed with lots of really good looking content. That's a thing for another training, and that's with Canva and Bulk Create and AI. We'll make one of those trainings eventually. But for right now, next step we're going to do here, we've got the topic right here, the scripts in here, the IG descriptions right here, YouTube Shorts is right here, the TikToks here, and then we have done. Is it done yet? Which we actually don't really need that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this column because we don't need it. When we start on something, we're just going to, when we get finished with it, we're just going to do green is how I like to do it. So that being said, the next step is we have the script. So what we're going to want to do here is basically highlight all of it, copy it. And then what we're going to do, what I do is I send it over to my cell phone, because this teleprompter I use is actually really, really simple, because I'm having to turn my my mirrorless camera either on its side, back and forth vertical. I wanted a teleprompter that could handle both. And the really nice one that I have, and I use for my professional stuff, my Glide Gear, Force was weighing it down too much, so I went this guy. This is the Padcaster Pro. Let's see if I can get that logo in the light here. Padcaster Pro by Parrot. This is a very solid little teleprompter. Your phone just goes right in there. And then the app that I like to use is called Prompt Smart Plus. This app is everything you really need to make this work phenomenally. So now that I've got it copied on here, because I'm on a Mac, I can just copy it straight to my phone. So I'll go in here, click a new script, and then just copy, paste, and boom, we have it right in there. And then if I go back and I hit play, oh shoot, I actually deleted. I did not want to do that, so let's do that again. Paste, there we go. And then if we hit play, we essentially get this look. So what this does is it's gonna, well, you can see it looks weird. And that's not Russian, that is the flipped version of the script. So, because we're gonna mirror it with the teleprompter, that's how it works. It's literally gonna be make it so I can look right at the lens here and still read from the script. That's the whole point of a teleprompter, right? And some of you might be thinking, oh, but I can speak. I don't really need a teleprompter. Use a teleprompter. Save yourself a lot of time, frustration, and just use a teleprompter. Is it an extra step? Yes. But are you going to be able to accurately say what you need to say and provide value, have a hook, a call to action, a hook, delivery of the information, a call to action, all in under 60 seconds concisely, or under a minute and 30 seconds concisely? Probably not. You don't have to script your trainings where you're doing things like this, where you're on a computer showing something working real time. I would say script everything else though. So that being said, I'm going to pop this guy onto the camera here, and we're going to get going from there, right? So first things first, I'm going to switch this out, and I'm actually going to record this real time right in front of you. So first step, let's imagine we would have loaded on 10 scripts here. I pop that onto my camera, so it's ready to go. Make sure I'm positioned right. Now, the best thing about Prompt Smart Plus is that it does have voice recognition, and it moves based on that. So that being said, now what I'll do is just go ahead and deliver a script for us here. And the goal and the way to make this quick is to get your reps in so you can do these hopefully in one script take, right? So let's see how I do here. Oh, and actually, because I'll be pulling this out of this later on. What if you could change the world with just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person that hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not about what people hear, it's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript in the mind of a So, see, I've screwed up there because actually the phone started slipping off a bit. So now I'm going to go back to the start. You can see it happens. This is it. Sometimes I can do it in 1 take, sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes 10. So I'll try again. That's my little, so I know where I need to cut in Final Cut Pro and show you guys in a moment. So what if you could change the world in just 6 words? Actually, put so in that. What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about what people hear, it's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads from person to person. Think of it as a tiny, potent package of your message, designed for maximum impact and shareability. It's the art of saying a lot with a little. And it's a game changer in the world of communication and marketing. You want to master the art of concise, impactful communication and create your own world-changing microscripts? Well, comment down below for a free training how to write a month's worth of high-converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour. And there you have it. So we basically right there, I was able to do that in 2 script reads pretty easily. Now, are you guys able to do this right away? If you've never done this before, no. Even if you're a public speaker, sometimes speaking to camera is harder than speaking to the public. So don't be, don't think that you have to do it in 1 take, but it is typically what I find is the way to warm up and get to the point where you're then going to be able to do things a lot quicker. So let's just assume here, let's just assume we've shot our month's worth of content, which I recommend you get all of your scripts together into the spreadsheet. We then sit down, do all of the content, and now go to the editing phase. But before we do that, I want to go back here. I'm going to go for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and start recording again. The reason we do this is because I need to be able to pull this video file into Final Cut Pro to show you guys how to do the sifting portion of this in a moment. But first, what I want to show you here is, first off, all these videos are coming in here through this program right here, OBS. So it records, it stops, it records, it streams, creates virtual cameras so I can use things like Loom. And it does create this custom look that I have out of camera that's coming out straight to you right now. And the best part is my files, actually, if we go to, let me see here. If we go into my folders, we go to movies, you'll see we have literally the whole thing that we've done so far right here. And there's our piece of micro content we've switched over. So what I'm going to do next is actually show you guys how I pull this into Final Cut Pro. So I've already got it open. I've created an event here for content example. And let's go ahead and bring this in here. So I'm going to just drag it down. It's set for vertical. Now, first thing we need to do here is find the spot where it all begins at, which is right down here.
Sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes 10
so
words.
There I am.
Actually, put so in that.
So let's go ahead and do that.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine it's the art of saying hello for a free. Don't be fast. Let's just reads how to write a month's worth of high converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour. And there you have it.
So there you go. So I've plucked that clip out. First thing, which you can hear on this video too.
6 words.
You can hear some room noise in there. So what I do here, I think it's fine for, you know, live things like we're doing here. Let me go ahead and make this full screen. There we go. But I'm going to go ahead and put some voice isolation on there, loudness. It's not letting me see all the way over there to EQ. So let's go to EQ for loudness as well. This is kind of the standard settings I do. And then you remember the audio before, but now...
What if you could change the world in just 6 words?
Let's see. So now we need to do a sift. So all of these moments where there's breathe-ins or whatever, which I know what mine look like. They look like that. We're going to go through and cut each of these out one by one. Now, when you can do it in one script read, like I was able to on the second one, what's good is you basically can do this really quickly.
It's about that. It's not just about people here. It's about what they repeat.
So you can see we have that fun stuff.
Person to person.
Boom. So this is going to be a very rudimentary Reels editing training, by the way. I'm not going to go in here real deep how to do all of these, you know, your graphics and all that kind of stuff. We're going to focus on here is just how do we do a really basic talking head reel and get it out there and add value to people. These are kind of what I focus on. Some of the other things that I found were really effective that we are now utilizing as I'm doing more public speaking again is actually doing you know, going out with the video team, collecting a public speech I've done, and then basically running it through my team and pulling pieces of content for repurposing, which has been super beneficial, giving us an extra like 60 or so pieces of content.
Highly actionable content.
Great.
Just like this in under an hour.
So good. So if we keep it really stupid simple here, we can go for that. And you can see that's right at 42 seconds. That's a great length in my opinion, right? That's a great length. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take my phone off of the teleprompter. I'm actually take the teleprompter off too. Great. So this is a great length for what we're after here. You know, it just does the job really well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm kind of satisfied.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine a crafting a...
So what I'm going to do here first off, let's add a little flair. I'm going to go here and these are called, here, let me adjust my screen here real quick because I've got this formatted in a very certain way that Final Cut Pro does not like. So what I'm going to do here first off is basically put in what's called some keyframes. These are the things that allow those fancy movements and stuff. We could just export it as is right now, but I want to add just a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of funk to it, right? So I'm going to go, so the first thing I want to do is have it go from there basically to there. And what that basically does, so you can see this in action, it takes it, let me go and get rid of angles here. We don't need that. We don't need that.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscript.
So now I like that. So I'm going to do here is I'm going to dial in 150. Just have these punch in and outs, sort of like this. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And while this might sound strange, I'm just going to copy basically that transform across all these, and you'll see why. This is actually streamlined my
the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about people here. It's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads.
So that's good. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to go ahead and put in a keyframe for there and going to there. So let's see. Actually, I want the keyframe right there. There we go. So going back to this first one, where were we at here? We were close up because I like that. And then I want this to be 100, 0, and it goes into that. So there we go.
Doing just that. It's not just about people here. It's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript.
Oh, and that was interesting. That was supposed to do that. So let's see. Yeah, that's our problem right there. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Great. Right there, I want that to be 0. I want that to be 100. There we go. So we have another.
Also doing just that. It's not just about people here. It's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads from person to person. Think of it as a tiny, potent package of your message, designed for maximum impact and shareability. It's the art of saying a lot with a little. And it's a game changer in the world of communication and marketing. You want to master the art of concise, impactful.
So then I'm going to take this, and I want this to be a pullout. So again, boom, boom. From there to there. Oh, nope, I want that right there to go to, go back here. I want that right there to go to 0 and 100. Great. So then it pulls around.
Communication and marketing. You want to master the art of concise, impactful communication and create your own world-changing microscripts? Well, comment down below for a free training how to write a month's worth of high-converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
So you can see here, like this one's gotten off a little bit. So I'm just going to go and boop, repaste on that. There we go.
Below for a free training how to write a month's worth of high-converting, highly actionable content just like this.
Actually, I don't like that, so I'm going to take that transform and turn it off.
Converting highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
Perfect. So now what I'm going to do with that, and again, this is just the bare simple. I'm not adding any B-roll onto this just yet or anything. But that right there, that alone is good enough for right now. Next, and actually before I do that, I want to go on here. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of what's called sharpening, because this is 1080p footage, and I am punching in and out. Now, you can hide this typically in something like social media, because it's already going to be compressed. But I just like to add a little bit of sharpening to my stuff as it's going out, just to make it look a little bit better. So let's have a look.
Person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that.
So there we go. I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to export. Oh, I don't want that. I want optimized original. I'm going to export. So this is power of microscripts. Boom. I then take that. I like to put that in my movies folder. I just cleared out my reels. So reels to, this is reels, October 23. Great, we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna create a new reels inside this. That is reels raw. So this is the raw footage right here. And then I'm also going to create one that says Reels RTP, ready to post. There we go. It's just how I keep organized. Oh, I don't want that inside the other one. So we'll deal with that in a second, but we got our first script here, we got our first one done here, the power of microscripts. So let's close out that, and let's move ourselves back over to our side here. And what we're going to do, what I've got next here, this is one of my favorite little programs I use that not a lot of people seem to know, and I mentioned it earlier, is submagic.co. So this is what after my team adds in some of all their fancy edits and stuff, whenever I send my content, whenever we send content over, we then go on to Submagic, hit create. I'm going to go here. We've already got the reel. I saw it pop up there. So we go to Reels October, Reels Raw, Power of Microscripts. Going to pop that in there. Hit upload. Make sure we know it's English, obviously. And what it's doing right now is basically uploading this video, and in less than 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to come back with perfectly done captions. We might have to have a little bit of an adjustment, but nothing insane. So that's what's really cool about this program. It allows me to get these super nice, super functional captions for almost no time at all. It's really, really great what all it can do, and we're going to basically be using these to get more views, to get more engagements, you name it, from our audience, right? Now, I will say this, and how I post content, I didn't do it here. If you're starting out, I find it's better to take your piece of content, post it manually on your different platforms. I'm going to show you a content planning tool I've got, but I will be doing an extra step I normally don't have to do with this. So I'm going to end up pulling this back into Final Cut Pro, and it depends. You want to test and find out what works. Does your content with music do better? Does it do better without music? And find from there. You'd be surprised. Sometimes it's two. Sometimes it's an interesting thing. So here we go. So now we've got basically our reel. Let's see how it turned out.
Just 6 words.
Let's
Imagine.
go back to the top here.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about what people hear, it's about what they repeat.
So you can see we have, like, for example, minor little things here. So you do want to give it one more breeze through. So I saw here, microscripts, that's all right. So we don't need that A there, so we can remove word. So imagine crafting a message so powerful, isn't it? Yep, there we go.
Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the...
I'm going to go ahead and put a mind-blown emoji in here as well. There we go. Because I like that.
Single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about what people hear, it's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads from person to person. Think of it as a tiny, potent package of your message, designed for maximum impact and shareability. It's the art of saying
shareability, one word? Let's find out. Yeah, let's do that. That's better.
Impact and shareability. It's the art of saying a lot with a little. And it's a game changer in the world of communication and marketing. You want to master the art of concise, impactful communication and create your own world-changing microscripts? Well, comment.
So like that, that's one of the things I wish, and I'm hoping they'll update here soon, is having
Microscripts.
questions
Comment
like that.
down below for a free training how to write a month's worth of high-converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
So in this, I didn't actually have the keyword like I should have. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to be sneaky. This is not something you should normally do. So I did bad here. I didn't notice that for some reason it didn't put the keyword in the script. So I'm going to put comment scripts like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, that'll work fine.
Comment down below for a free training how to write a month's worth of Comment down below for a free training how to write a month's worth of high converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
Cool. So I look at that and that looks good. Design wise though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out this other one. So there's, as you can see, there's multiple design types on here too. And you can go ahead and customize them as well. So if we look at this one,
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about what people hear, it's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads from person to person. Think of it as a tiny, potent package of your message, designed for maximum impact and shareability. It's the art of saying a lot with a little. And it's a game changer in the world of communication and marketing. You want to master the art of concise, impactful communication and create your own world-changing microscripts.
So I actually like that one.
Comment down below for a free training how to write a month's.
So I like that one a little bit more. I am going to go ahead and shrink it down just a bit because we have to look and bear in mind that we don't want these to basically hit the borders of
month's worth of high converting, highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
Good. So I'm going to take a look at the transcribe one more time because when it changes, it tends to do that. So let's go. So I'm going to go ahead and put an ear. Put an ear emoji in here. So normally, do we really need to make this many adjustments like I am now? No, of course not. But at the same time, it's something that I find is if you want to stand out, you got to go the extra mile, right? You got to go the extra mile. So I take that extra mile when I do this stuff on my own. Thankfully, I have a team that normally does this for me, but it's good to break this down for all of you here right now to give you an idea of what's going behind the scenes. We can see how time-consuming this is. So if you don't have a team already in place, or you're looking at this and you're sweating bullets going, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I don't have all this software and blah, 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 blah. Then you can honestly obviously just contact us. We're happy to have a discussion with you and see if it's a good fit. We've helped many businesses go from feeling completely defeated, as in they've done the content thing, they were defeated, and we've set them up with a great campaign that's put them on all their channels, gave them a constant stream of content and a constant stream of advertising as well through paid ads that have worked in perfect harmony to generate them more customers, more revenue, you name it. So that being said, let's if you need help, just reach out to me. Reach out to me below. So I'm just trying to find here. I want the recycle icon. This is the kind of gift. The only thing I have that's there we go. That they repeat. Perfect. Game changer. Okay. Make sure it's not what people hear. Here spelled correctly. So this looks good to go to me. So I'm going to go ahead and export it out. And once it's exported out, what I'm going to do next is take it over to my social manager. So what I'm doing is testing right now. I'm testing a program called FeedHive. It's fairly new. I've been using it. It's done a really good job so far. And I can see it fitting into my whole thing. So you can see here, this is some of my content. It's actually past, present, and future posted out. Where are we at right now? So I don't have anything for tonight on here. So that being said, let's go ahead and fix that. I would love to put something on here for tonight. So let's go to, let's go to create a post, publish to Reels and Shorts. I'm going to do that. Oh, it says there's an issue with my Instagram. I'm sure this is going to be fun. I will say this, if you use this program, one of the disappointing things about it for me was essentially that even though post context. So yeah, so basically, if you have a Instagram that's a creator account, it's really annoying because this happens all the time because I didn't realize you can't post stories through this program when you have a creator account. So actually, I need to go in here and delete these stories right here because they keep throwing this off, on actually what needs to be done. So I actually need to trash this, and I'll have to do that later. But let's see if our piece of content is ready yet. Let's check that out. Where did it go? There we go. Check on Submagic. Yep, ready to shine. Your video's been downloaded. Great, so we've got it right here. And there we are.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about people hear.
So I'm happy with that. So next what I want to do, and normally this would not be the procedure, but I'm going to go back into Final Cut Pro. I could have put music in it under it already and then ran it into the Captionator, but I don't know why I didn't do it. I just didn't think about it. So normally you guys starting off, they're probably doing a lot more manual. You're going to want to do, basically what you saw here. You're going to want to export it out without the sound. I would put a music and stuff under it normally. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead in here. I'm going to find me a audio file to use, a piece of music somewhere. Oh, that's right. I forgot my computer's my laptop's been being weird lately about using search, not letting me do it. So let's go here to images, PDF music. There we go. So let's just pick out so I can live with that. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to put that under it. I'm going to reduce it by about 20.
Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that.
Oops, so it didn't really see downloads. Date created. So I grabbed the wrong video there, apparently. I think. Yep, I did. So bring that in and replace.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about people hear, it's about what they repeat.
There we go. Go down here to the end and cut that off.
Converting highly actionable content just like this in under an hour.
So there we go. And with that, I'm going to export that yet again. Actually, I'm going to go in here, Power Microscripts, put it under Reels, ready to post, save it. It's going to export out now. Oop. That's going to mess up my top screen there. So let me make an adjustment here real quick, guys. Great. Okay. So adjustment, and now we have the clip out, so let's have a look.
What if you could change the world in just 6 words? Imagine crafting a message so powerful it resonates with every single person who hears it. Microscripts are the secret sauce to doing just that. It's not just about people hear, it's about what they repeat. A well-crafted microscript sticks in the mind and naturally spreads from person to person. Think of it as a tiny, potent package.
So that's great. So now what I'm going to do here is go into FeedHive. I'm going to create a post. I'm going to go ahead and do all of my Reels channels here. Drag and drop. Reels ready to post. And normally what I would do is I would do all of this in one day. I would sit here and do 15 to 30 scripts. If I want to break up in 2 days, maybe I will, or I'll just sit and do 30 scripts one day and then posting the next. Sometimes do it all in one day. It depends. But what I do is next is I upload just like this We're going to go into our content here. You can see we have our IG description. You're starting to see why this was such an important thing earlier, because now I can just copy and paste, put my description in there, and then we can even add a comment. All right, so there we go. And then we're going to have to do it for YouTube Shorts as well. So if we go back in here, boom, copy, go back to the right place, put that in the title. We still have 66 characters left. So I'm going to do hashtag marketing, copywriting, hashtag business owner. What content marketing? There we go. That's good. And as it's uploading there, you can see here, we'll just have to wait for that to basically be sent up to their whole system here. And we're ready to go. So what we're going to do here is basically, can we do create version for, yeah, there we go. Create version for this. There we go. Create version for TikTok. I want to do, so let's go and get our TikTok description, which is very similar but different to what we had here. We had in our other one. So back to Video Hive. Let's go ahead and just boop like that. We don't need this because it won't work. Content will be published on TikTok, so it's not a big deal. Let's leave it. And then let's see. Yep, there we go. Great, great, great. That looks good to me. I can live with all that. So now we're just waiting for the video to upload. And once it uploads, we're basically going to look at this. And this will, what's cool about this tool and what I love about this Feed Hive thing, and there are other tools that are like this. There might be ones that are better, but I like this one because it's simple, it's easy to use, and it basically has AI in it as well to help suggest you certain things. It's going to show you your times that typically your audience is most active and when you're getting your most attention, your most action basically from people, so you can schedule your content appropriately. It's just got so many things going for it that it's kind of makes it a no-brainer to get this program, right? And this is what we use to schedule our program across all of our clients and all of our, all of our workers and our social media managers basically utilize this now. It's just been too good, out the gate. Like I can't speak enough to how shocked I was that this actually did all right. I mean, it even has performance prediction on it and everything. And of course you have here, so labels, by the way, I'm going to put this in here as basically let's go ahead and add in, actually I'm just going to use the lead magnet label because it does have the lead magnet call to action at the end. So great, so there's that. Just waiting for this to upload, and then we are good to go to move on the next one. I will say something that's kind of a drag about this program. I've noticed the upload speeds are not that great. They're not all that in a bag of chips. They could be much better, but what can you do? So while you're looking at this, how's the breakdown of this, right? What we told our AI is always basically open with something similar to the hook or exactly the hook, and then have a much more detailed description. So you can see for this is just reusing the one for TikTok, which does have a smaller, limit for characters. But for the one for Instagram, we want to have as much as possible on here, right? Like I go for 5 and 5 on the hashtags. And when I look at this may or may not be great hashtags. So I might take off marketing, magic, brand message is good, audience engagement is good, content marketing is good, marketing strategy is good, that all looks good. But I'm going to change that just to marketing. And what we've basically aligned for this is to have it so we have the hashtags down below here. We still have the call to action. We want basically a description that if people decided to not have their sound on and just to read the description, they could get the full context. They could know, be hooked, deliver the value, and finally know what the next steps are, how to take action, how, do they get a free training? How do they do that? And you can see here, I've even put a comment that gets done right away. First comment scripts for free training and how to do a month's worth of content in under an hour. So you can see we have all of this right here. So again, we're just waiting at this point for this piece of content to upload, and then we're ready to go for the side of how do we schedule this, right? So that's really it. That is the A to Z on how I go about making all of my content, having my team. So my team basically does to edit it, unless they do a little bit more advanced edit. This is how I started off doing it, essentially. And then actually, when I started off doing it, we didn't have great things like submagic.io that makes these amazing captions in no time. Like, most of you watching this have no idea, but these captions, I used to straight up take 3 or 4 hours to get the ones done for my previous reels. It's why I actually didn't have a consistent stream of content for a long time, because I wanted to be the one that mastered the captions, and it took so long that I just couldn't do it. So now with this thing, it makes it 2 minutes or less per video, which does add up when you're doing 30 pieces of content. So it does take about an hour to run through the captions typically. But I mean, you just can't argue with the results of how great it really is, right? That being said, if you do want Submagic and you look at this and you're going, yeah, that would be a great thing to have. If you go to submagic.co and you use a coupon code Jacob, you will be able to get 10% off. So that being said, I'll also go ahead and down below here, I'll provide the link as well to get this for 10% off. It's a great tool and creates the perfect captions like Mr. Beast, like, Alex Hormozy, you name it. Let's see if our asset has posted yet. Nope. Did it cancel out? We probably shouldn't have gone off of that. Looks like we shouldn't have gone off of that page. Let's try this again. So Power Microscripts, boom. And I guess we just wait for that to do its thing. So variation for TikTok, you should for that. There we go. That'll work for that. That'll work for that. And then got to go back here to our content. Whoops. Copy. And I guess I forgot about this. Now I'm going to go ahead and bucket that green since I've got it done. Go back to video high, post that. Oop, not there. Go ahead and post this, boop, like that. Hashtag marketing, hashtag copy, hashtag business owner, or business wisdom. Let's go with that. There's only one left, so that's good. And back here, let's go ahead and grab that IG one. Bop. And post that in here too. And rather than sit here and wait for this to upload and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to save you having to process all that. And just thank you so much if you've tuned in and watched this. Obviously, this was a lot longer than it normally takes to produce just one single video for my team and my clients, because we were breaking it down step by step. But on top of that, you just can't beat not being a solopreneur. Actually having a team of people that are there to make your content, to make it look awesome, and win the day for you, basically, right? So that being said, if you look at this and you go, well, this is great, but how does this fit into a larger marketing strategy? How does this, how can I don't know if I can complete this stuff. I have more questions. Feel free to reach out to me. If you just reach out in Instagram, Facebook, email, you name it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you. Again, I'm Jacob Michaels here with Life on a Lens Media. your videographer turned digital marketer that helps business owners make highly profitable sales funnels with by combining social media and video together. So that being said, if you've made it all the way through this, thank you so much for your time. Go use this go use this information, make killer videos, and I'll see you here next time. Cheers.